Okay, for this lesson, we are going to talk about writing quadratic equations. More importantly, changing it from vertex to standard form and doing that rearranging and seeing how that works. So our we will statement, write equations of quadratic functions and rewrite the equation from vertex form. And remember, vertex form has your a coefficient and your parentheses squared. To standard form, that is where your quadratic equation, you can see a, b, and c coefficients. So here are the simple steps to change your equation from vertex form, that's with the parentheses squared, where you can see your vertex point and your a coefficient, to y equals ax squared plus bx plus c. That's what they call the standard form, and it's because you can see your a, b, and c coefficients, which allows you to use the quadratic formula if you need to. So step one says FOIL, but I want you to make note on here that I'm really meaning the box method. FOIL is just another name for box method, so we got to take care of that first. So I am going to, again, focus my efforts on the parentheses squared part. So I've got x plus 3 squared, which, as you know, is the same as me writing x plus 3 times x plus 3. So that's why those empty parentheses are there. And now you can see I've got a box. So now I'm going to multiply x plus 3. I'm going to write it really small, times x plus 3. And then I'm going to use my multiplication skills to fill in that box. So I'm going to have x squared here. And when I multiply 3 times x, I'm going to get plus 3x. And when I multiply 3 times x, I'm going to get another plus 3x for this top right box. And now I'm going to multiply 3 times 3, and that's going to give me a positive 9. And so now I'm going to combine all of my like terms. And when I do that, I'm going to end up with the trinomial. So I'm going to put this kind of, I am now going to take these boxes, and it's going to turn into the trinomial x squared. If I combine my 3x and 3x, that's going to give me 6x plus 9. And I'm going to put parentheses around this because I want you to see that we still have to deal with the 2 and the 6. And if you notice, the 2 is being multiplied by the parentheses squared. So I've got to make sure that I bring down my a coefficient, the 2, so that I can multiply it by everything I got from multiplying. And then I also have to bring down this k value plus 6. So I want to make sure I bring those down. And then if you look at step 2, it simply says we're going to distribute a. Well, guys, if you remember, distribute is just another word for multiply. So we are going to multiply by 2. All of the coefficients inside the parentheses are going to get multiplied by 2. So that's going to give me 2x squared. 2 times 6 would give me 12x, so plus 12x. And then I'm going to multiply 2 times 9, 18. And I'm going to bring down this plus 6 because it did not get multiplied by the 2. And then now I'm into step 3 where it says combine like terms. Well, the only terms that I have to combine are the 18 and the 6 because those are both constants. So now I'm going to get my final equation. So I'm going to have f of x equals, remember f of x is just another way to write y. I'm going to have 2x squared plus 12x. And then 18 plus 6 is 24, so plus 24. And now I can see my a, b, and my c coefficients. And if you notice, our a coefficient at the beginning was 2, and it was still a 2 at the end after I used the box method and I multiplied everything by a. And then my b coefficient is 12, and my c coefficient is 24. So I could use this equation. I could plug it in the quadratic formula. I have now a different form where I could put in my calculator. I also have my C, which tells me my y-intercept. So I have several pieces of information that I can get from this format that I can't see when it's in vertex form. So now we're going to look at some examples.